Come on. It's giving me Avances vibes, and I really was in love with them for a hot minute. Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily. And y'all, today, which is technically November 26th, we're gonna get into Megan Thee Stallion's rock version, the rock remix featuring Spiritbox for Cobra. And y'all, thanks to the people who left comments on my last reaction to Megan's music video for Cobra, because they did let me know that this version was sick as hell. And that Spiritbox is one of her favorite bands. And I do believe that they are a metal band. And I'm like, I love it. I can't wait to hear it because I know I used to be a little bit, like in my middle school, high school days, a little bit kind of dabbled into some metal music. I do not remember their names today, but a little bit. But I was really a rock person, alternative person. Paramore was my stuff. Okay. So we're going to get straight into this reaction. But first, we're going to do our Patreon shout out and also a word of what is going on with the Indigenous people going right now in the world. Because y'all, okay, we love our entertainment. We got to get real for a hot minute. But let's get into the patrons shout outs first. So the first patron shout out will go out to Genoviva. The second patron shout out will go out to Avi. The third patron shout out will go out to Clover Me. And then the fourth and final patron shout out will go out to Sammy. And I thank you all so very much for your support on the Patreon. It really does mean the world to me. And now we're going to get into a little bit of heavy, because the song is heavy itself as well. Okay, it's talking about some serious subject matter. But we're going to get into some heavy things going on around the world, as I am going to make sure that I do going forward on the channel, just to raise awareness, okay? Because we got to be aware of what is happening, especially when your government, because y'all know I live in the States, has its hands in every issue that I'm about to talk about, and not in a good way. Yeah, so the first issue that is going on, it is technically a genocide. It's not an issue. I just wanted to ease y'all into it. It's a genocide at this point. It's what people are calling a silent Holocaust happening in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And the main portion of people being killed for no reason is greed. And that is the case here. It is government greed. The colonizer government, my government, the United States government, aka the colonizer government. And it's greed along with Britain and France and even the apartheid state of Israel. Yeah. We're going to talk about them in a minute too. They are trying to steal resources from the people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and enslave them to do it. Force them to work in hazardous working conditions because they have to mine for these minerals. And there's going to be 3 that I'm going to hit on today. So lithium, that is in our phone batteries. The phone that I'm using to record this right now. The laptop that is right here in front of me that I'm going to be using to watch this lyric video for Cobra, the rock remix. Then cobalt, which is also in both of these devices. And coltan. And they are literally displacing people, enslaving people, using black bodies as if they are disposable to get these minerals and to make billions, if not trillions, off of them, with other tech companies such as Tesla, Apple, and even Google is involved. And y'all sick. It is sick. And since 1996, which is the year I was born, to now, 2023, 6 million Congolese people have died due to this colonizer greed and this exploitation of the Congo. And you have to remember that the Congo, they have been exploited so unfairly by European colonizer governments since Belgium. So this has been over half a millennia, and a millennia is 1,000 years. So over 500 years, 5 centuries of this kind of oppression, which is why they are one of the poorest nations in the world today. So what people are calling for is a complete stop buying tech. Don't buy new cars, because those minerals that I just mentioned are also in them new cars, especially if they are claiming to be clean energy. They are using resources that they do not get humanely to make those clean energy cars. The hypocrisy is insane. But that is what's happening in the Congo. So be aware, and I will link some resources if you want to learn more, because Al Jazeera is one of the only people who are the news sources who is giving resources and who is letting us know what's happening in the Congo. They are one of the few in a handful, literally a handful of media outlets that are reporting about what's happening. And that is saying so much about people's concern about what happens against Black people, and they're concerned about what happens when Black people are killed unjustly. So it's just, y'all. Then we have what is going on in Palestine. There is, quote unquote, currently a pause. It's not really a pause because people are being killed by apartheid colonizer governments. Snipers, aka the Israeli occupational forces, are still killing people, still shooting at people, specifically at their legs and at their ankles to disable them so they can't leave, and then is shooting at anybody that tries to get them to safety. It's weird, y'all. But in the midst of it all, some Palestinians are still able to kind of go back home, get some belongings from winter. The food trucks are finally able to come in. Water is still being controlled by the occupational government. Electricity is still being controlled by the occupational government. So things are pretty much the same. It's just, as of right now, they don't hear bombs every day and drones every day for these 4 days. So it's offering a bit of reprieve from one of the men that I follow, aka Motaz Aziza. He has been one of my primary sources, in addition to Bisan and Plastia, that I've been watching. And he even went to the sea and talked about how it has been over 40 days since he has seen the sea. And there was a few Gazans, I don't want to say a lot, there's a few at the ocean just enjoying the peace, especially the kids, for as long as they can. And it needs to be a complete ceasefire at this point. Too many people have died, 6,500 of them being children, over 14,000, and we still don't know how many people are alive under the rubble and are dead under the rubble. So it's very serious. And then we have, lastly, the Sudan. And the Sudan is an ongoing situation. It is the interference of world governments. It is the greed, all for gold, y'all, because gold is very, very abundant in Sudan. And these colonizer governments, yet again, the United States government being one of the main culprits, yet again, is trying to stir up ethnic conflicts, because there's many ethnic groups in Sudan, and literally pit people against each other and make ethnic wars that result in ethnic cleansing, so that everybody's too busy fighting with each other that they can steal their resources for themselves. So yeah, that is what is going on in the world. And again, at the root of it all is the greed of colonizers, neo-colonialism, and oppression of indigenous people by these kind of people and governments. And it's just ridiculous, and we have to keep putting a spotlight on it, so hopefully it'll end in our lifetimes. Shoot, hell, in this decade. We're only 3 years in to the 20s. In this decade, if we do enough, if we call enough attention to it, maybe this oppression will end in this decade, if not sooner than 2030. Okay? Be the change we want to see. Okay? But yeah, we're going to get into this wonderful song by this amazing, powerful Black woman and just really vibe with it, because she had a lot to say in this song. And sometimes we get distracted by the visuals that we forget the words, but she said a whole hell of a lot. And I ain't even gonna lie, I might pause, because she gonna be saying a lot. But we go watch these lyrics, and we go soak up the meaning and make sure that we are processing everything she got to say wholeheartedly and with extreme care. Okay? Oh, bitch, I gotta turn that up. That's nice. I like that. Oh, and the imagery too? Oh, Miss Ma'am, come on now. Oh, Hey, break it down and I had the whole world watching. But the worst part is really who watched me. Every night I cried, I almost died, and nobody close to the top. Everybody getting paid, right? Everything will be okay, right? I'm winning, so nobody tripping. But if I ever fall off, everybody gon' get it. I'm sitting in the dark room thinking, probably why I always end up drinking. Yes, I'm very depressed. How can somebody so blessed when it's just they rich? I probably did out some Pinot. When they find me, I'm in Valentino. Hey, you pouring me shots, thinking it's lit. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Come on. It's giving me Avances vibes, and I really was in love with them for a hot minute. How can you fumble the bag like that? How can you fumble this beautiful woman? Like, what? How can you fumble this gorgeous woman? Y'all could be making money together, entrepreneur, and starting businesses, and you just fucked everything up. I'm sorry. Like, y'all, this man don't make sense to me, and I'm gonna speak more on his behavior later on in this video, because I got a lot to say. The screaming, it really makes it. I love me some good screaming at a song, because sometimes you got to. It's very calming, especially with everything going on in your personal life or just the world in general. It's really good to do that. It's therapeutic, really. Okay, keeps you sane. I really think that this version could have been the version, like the main version. Like, that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. This version could have been the main version. That's like the craziest part. Like, if y'all follow me, like, this version very much could have been the version that she made the music video for, and I would have ate it up, because it like purposely encompasses the mix of emotions, especially with Spiritbox was like screaming the lyrics. Like, I love me a good scream, shout, letting it all out. Okay, I love me a good moment, especially in a song when it's absolutely necessary. Because I'm like, yeah, this would be one of them times, but it would be very, very necessary. And when I was saying earlier, like, how could you fumble Megan Thee Stallion? How could you fumble the bag that y'all could get together? Because being with somebody as intelligent, like, you gotta remember, this woman is a smart businesswoman. So anything that she puts her mind to do, she makes incredibly better. From the business deals that she chooses to do, the ads that she chooses to orchestrate, the brands she chooses to collaborate with. Like, she really makes it her own and boosts the quality of that brand every time. Okay, like Revlon, well, ain't nobody was caring about that shit until Megan came out with the advertisement for it. I didn't give a damn about Revlon. I'm like, I don't care. Coach, definitely didn't care until I saw an advertisement with Megan Thee Stallion in it. And it boosted my opinion of the brand because of who she is. And I'm like, so how you can destroy not only your romantic relationship with her, but your personal relationship with her because you cheated. You can't go back from that now. And then the same way that this low-level bottom feeder gutter of a man has the audacity to have a feminist tattoo, and yet you out here trying to make these songs, because I heard that little dumbass song he trying to make, trying to gaslight her and say that it's her fault. She literally said in the song she been drinking because she's very depressed. And you didn't even catch that she was because you were too busy thinking about yourself. Trying to say that she's the problem. She's depressed. Depression is the problem. That's the problem. not the person who is depressed. Like, I'm like, sir, you're not making sense. And for you to be a man, specifically a black man, trying to make it seem like you were the one in the wrong, and then trying to bring up her dating history, like, and how many people have you dated before you got with her? What does that have to do with now? What does that have to do with you cheating? So you meant that? So you're saying that you're justifying your cheating because you felt insecure about the people that she dated before you? It's not making you look better. It's just making you look worse. I'm just like, these insecure ass men. Sometimes I'm like, if you like, there's even a song called Body Count that has Jessie Reyez, Kehlani, and Normani. She even says, like, you might not want to, like, she said, like, I think it was Kehlani's part where she said, don't you make me count them on my fingers. You're going to be hot when I say I run out of hands. Okay? And she said, not sure. I'm sure if tables turned and it was dollar signs per body, you would be one very rich and wealthy man. So the way that certain men want to know how many people we as women or women in general are with, just so they can try to assess our value, like that means anything, and you don't even want to share how many people you've been with, you're not making sense, especially when you've been with more people than the woman that you're with has been. You're not making sense, and it's such a misogynistic and patriarchal way of thinking. And I'm just like, for a man that has a feminist tattoo, that's a red flag for me in the first place. I'm like I was like, as soon as I saw that and heard that he had one, I'm like, no feminist has a feminist tattoo. None. Okay, like, I'm gonna let y'all know that if you are really a feminist as a man, quote unquote, you don't need to have a feminist tattoo, a big ass one on your body. I'm not trusting you. I know that you are possibly the worst kind of man because you're trying to pretend like you're somebody else just to get a certain type of woman. And when you have her, you're going to mistreat her. And so, yeah, like, I should have known something was up. But now I know that that's a red flag. Everything has been teaching people. That's a red flag. But what I am proud of Megan is she don't respond to nothing. She's not responding to that man or anything he's saying or anything that the weirdo incels are saying, because it's not about y'all. It's about her and her healing. And the fact that she says so many things, like she misses her parents, and she said that so many times in so many interviews, that she misses her parents. She misses having that security of family. And people are so set in their ways because it's hard enough to grieve people that you love dying, let alone it being your parents. From her father to her mother to her grandmother. And you have to do that publicly as a black woman in a time where these weirdo type of men and even some women who are also black women are trying to tear you down because they believe that you're lying about harm that a black man has caused you. They believe that you are lying because even though you were shot, you're somehow able to walk still, like recovery doesn't exist. Like recovery doesn't exist. There are people who have been shot in the head who are still able to live as normal human beings. Like, what do you mean that just because somebody got shot in their foot that they can't be walking again after that happened? Like, it's not possible. Are you a doctor? Are you a surgeon? Do you have a PhD in anything to be talking about this? No, that's what I thought. Because like the main people talk and be acting like they forensic specialists, like they went to school and studied something. Y'all got degrees in Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. They're not real. They're not real. You were just chronically online. You don't got no PhD, no bachelor's, no master's, no associates, and nothing to know how the body heals. But I, as somebody who studied biology, who literally went to school for medical molecular biology, Has nothing to do with surgery, though. It literally was a biomedical engineering major before I switched majors. Know a little bit of something about gunshot wounds and literally all the tendons in your body, and knowing how a bullet can sometimes travel in the body. You could be able to predict the pattern, but you can always guess how it's going to go. But if it goes clean out one way and in one way, it is an easier healing process. It's not necessarily going to be easy on the brain or the body, traumatic experience wise, but it will heal. Okay? It will heal. So you will still be able to do things that you are normally able to do, especially with the right surgeon who can make sure that it will heal the way that you would need it to heal, to continue to do her workouts and her dances and everything that she needs to do as a performer and a rapper. Yeah. Like, you just say anything. You just say anything. Never taken a human anatomy course in your life. Never took a human cadaver class in your life, but talk it out the side of your neck like you know something. It's just weird to me. I'm like, it's just really weird to me. And I'm like, y'all don't know nothing. You just want to tear Black women down. And you need to acknowledge that, because that's the weirdest part. And I'm like, I'm going to be 10 toes down for Megan. She needs to know that she is loved by not only her fans, but so many other people in the world who have gone through similar things. There was many beautiful people who were showing their support for her in the comments to my previous reaction from her. And it's always going to be love to her, because she deserves it. Nobody deserves to be ridiculed this way, mocked this way. And I especially hate it when it happens to Black women, because it's the fact that she was trying to protect this man from the consequences of his own actions. She didn't even bring up this case. It was the state of California against that man. On every court document, the state of California versus this man. The state of California was a plaintiff. He was a defendant. She was a witness in the case. Like, what do y'all not get? When a state summons you to be their witness, you can't just say no. You do realize that. When a state summons you to be a witness because it is something that happened against you in their territory as a state, the way law works, you can't just say no. You got to give your testimony when the prosecutor and then the other person, whoever it is, a lawyer or whatever they got in the defendant's side, is cross-examining you. Because you're a witness for the state. There's no getting out of that. So, like, people didn't use their common sense. And it's really, really telling. They were trying to say, oh, it's Megan versus... No, it's not. It was the state of California versus that man. Whatever the hell his real name is, don't care. Just glad that he's going to be sitting in prison for his actions for the next 10 years. Okay? Yeah. So it's just the way people didn't get that. It was weird. It was disturbing. It was just all of the bad things. And people need to do better. We need to make sure that we are always protecting Black women, pro-Black women, and never not that. Because the behavior is downright disgusting. It is disturbing. And it is gut-wrenching as a Black woman to see her go through this and see so many people that claim to be a part of our community, and you are behaving like misogynistic assholes, both men and women. Okay? Like, that's pretty much it, and that's all. So you need to decolonize your mind. And I'm gonna leave it there. You need to decolonize your mind, because it's giving house slave. And I'm going to be very for real with that. That kind of rhetoric, that kind of thinking, that is what it's giving. It's a disgrace to our ancestors, your behavior. And you need to do better. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all, especially over a low-level bottom feeder of a man who will willfully harm a Black woman for no reason. I don't care if she was saying this, that, and the third. I'm not going to shoot you over it, because it was never that serious. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't even handle somebody dissing you verbally, you shouldn't even be in a relationship or the same car with them. You shouldn't, because you're not equipped. You're not equipped. Plain and simple, you're not equipped. You need to come back when you're stronger mentally and leave it there, because you're just not equipped because you choose to be weak. That's a bitch move. That is a weak male move. You can't argue with her with your words, so you got to take out a weapon. Because you're not man enough to use your words. You're not intelligent enough to use your words. Because violence is the language of the unintelligent. So you telling me and everybody in the world that you are not man enough, you're not intelligent enough to use your words. Sad. Sad. And everybody that's defending him is saying that you are also not intelligent enough to use your words. Y'all would also resort to violence for no reason. You know who also would resort to violence for no reason? Colonizers. The same type of people that would oppress our ancestors. And look at you. In 2023, in 2022, in 2021, and in 2020. Look at you. Supporting the same type of behavior that is very reminiscent of our ancestors' oppressors, especially when you're African American. It's just in a black body. And you out here supporting that behavior in 2023. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Because that's embarrassing on a whole nother level. Y'all don't even realize how much it's not giving. Your ancestors will be disappointed, every last one of you. Said what I said. Said what I said. Said what I said. And we'll say it again. Okay? Because I'm pro-black, but I'm always pro-black women first. And when you are acting like the colonizer, when you are behaving like that, and upholding misogynoir, you ain't my kin. You ain't my people. You can share my skin tone all you want, but you ain't really our people. You ain't a part of this tribe. No. You belong somewhere else, but it ain't here. It ain't in this kingdom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay? That's what I said. But yeah, y'all, that's my reaction and my ramblings about the Cobra, the rock version. Okay? I love it. I really do think it could have been the one she released mainly if she wanted to do it that way, because I would have loved it. I would have loved it, either one. But I really like this version. I really do. It just seems very at home with the theme of the song. Very her as well. So I love that. I love that. But yeah, y'all, if you have made it all this way until the end on my ramblings, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you're a subscriber on the channel, thank you so much for being a subscriber. Your support is so very much appreciated. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, but you would like to support the channel further, do not forget to subscribe if you would like to do so. And also, if you're watching this on Patreon, once again, thank you so much for being a patron. And until the next reaction, y'all, I will see you on the next video. But until then, bye.